Cameron Odom. Number 3, Ben Painter. Number 7, Jacob Philippe. Number 13, Bobby Rockwell. Number 10, Matthew Sellers. And number 23, Adam Youssef. The starters for Penn State Greater Allegheny in goal, Chris Klinger. Number 2, Ryan Newton. Number 4, Draven Beatty. Number 12, Gino Penascino. Number 13, Isaac Rahar. Number 14, Jalen Westcott. Number 17, Josh Neely. Number 19, Max. Andrew, our senior captain, brings the ball out, distributes out. And there's Youssef, Painter, Youssef, back to Ali, over to Matt Sellers. Penn's being patient, building up play. Here's Bobby Rockwell coming up in the midfield to Adam Youssef, who distributes the ball wide to Jake, and it ends up out of bounds. A little strong on that. So Northern Allegheny with the throw-in, they take it back through their defense, drop a ball to their keeper. The ball is dumped deep to Central Penn, and before Ben Painter can get a boot on it, it's out of bounds throw to Greater Allegheny coming towards Central Penn on their side. The throw-in is headed right out by Ben Painter, and he does an exchange. This usually happens in the beginning of football games. You have a lot of right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right. And it's almost more like a tennis match than it is a soccer game. But in time, each team will find their rhythm, and they will settle down and start passing the ball the way they know how. And you'll see more possession and less kicking. And that's just the nature of the game. Central Penn seems upset about a no call in the area. Greater Allegheny had a player down on the ground. I'm guessing they thought there was a handball. I didn't see it, but they certainly seem convinced. Allegheny attempts a cross from the right side, but it's blocked. Cam Odom's back there in the back left. The cross does come across. Ben Painter defending. Everybody's back on their man. And the next cross is cleared away by Ali and knocked out by Cam Odom, out of bounds to Greater Allegheny again. And they come back down the right-hand side. And this is what I expected. I really thought Greater Allegheny was going to be a little better than their record indicated. And there's a shot. It's a long shot, but it's a shot for Northern Allegheny. Number 14, Jalen Westcott, put a nice left foot. He's the left back, and he put a nice left foot on a shot that was fielded capably by Andrew Hunter. And Central Penn was again unable to clear the ball. Here's Allegheny again distributing a ball into the area, but nobody's home. Therefore, Andrew has an easy pickup, and we're off and running. Central Penn going the other way. Here's Jake Philippe dribbling the ball. Probably carried it 30 meters without a challenge. Now Adam Youssef to the right side to Dylan. And he's dispossessed. But the Greater Allegheny player falls. He just loses his balance. The ground's a little bit uneven on this pitch. And here's an opportunity for Central Penn right inside the 18. Bobby was dispossessed there as well. Here's a cross from Conkle out far left. And it's defended by Greater Allegheny. Long header by Jake, and that's going to be pretty tough to put a ball in the net from that distance with your head unless you're able to somehow chip the keeper. So Greater Allegheny drops the ball back to their keeper again, and Central Penn has to be taking note of this. That's the second time that Greater Allegheny's dropped a ball to their keeper that was quite soft. So if the center forward, Oscar Flores, is able to get forward to the last defender and wait for them to make that move, he actually could get on top of that keeper by the time the ball does. And that obviously would be a big opportunity for Central Penn. So now the ball's deep into the central Penn end. Here comes Greater Allegheny yet again on the right-hand side. The attempted cross is blocked again by Cam. And out comes Central Penn under control. Greg Conkle with the ball on his foot. He looks wide right for Dylan. And Dylan has possession. He gets it central to Adam Youssef. Youssef over to Philippe. And here comes Jake from the right side. Hard shot into the side netting. Just not accurate yet. That'll come in time as the match goes on. But a good uncontested hard shot for Jake Philippe from the left side. And obviously he has a cannon of a right foot to go with his tremendous speed. Greater Allegheny's goalkeeper, Chris Klinger, is taking the goal kick. It's deep into Central Penn's end, and again they go down the right side. Number 19, Max Whitson, is the player over there, and he crosses it to the center, attempting to get it to number 2, Ryan Newton, but no luck. And Central Penn is able to clear it away. Central Penn throw-in coming out. Here's Cam to Matt Sellers. Matt, nice change of fields over to Ben Painter. And Ben up to Dylan, and off we go. Oh, Dylan's dispossessed, and here comes Greater Allegheny the other way. As I mentioned, there's been a fair amount of changes from end to end at this point. The game will settle down in time. Each team is starting to possess the ball a little bit more as time goes on and patience builds, and each team finds their rhythm. Oh, here's a beautiful through ball from Adam Youssef to Jake Philippe on a breakaway. And you know what? That's not Jake's fault. That shot going over the goal, it hit a clump of grass and bounced up in the air, and that's you just don't expect that. You want a true roll. This used to be the home of the Harrisburg City Islanders professional soccer team. They were a second-tier American team, one level below MLS, and good squad, good program, and played here in several years. And the pitch just hasn't been maintained at the level it was when professionals were playing on it, and consequently it's a little bit on the bumpy side, and in all fairness, and that makes it tough when you're dribbling 1v0 to goal and you're going as fast as you can run. It's tough to get a clean shot off, and let's hope that happens again. Here's Ollie out of the back, up to Adam. Ben Painter on the right side. Ben's one of the local products on this team. He came out of Redland High School, which is just a few miles from Central Penn College and City Island. Freshman, brand new player at Central Penn, starting at right back and looking very good match by match, gaining more and more confidence. So Greater Allegheny brings the ball in, and Ali wins it in the back and brings it out, but Greater Allegheny is able to maintain control again. Number 13, Isaac Rehor, takes that ball and drops it back to his keeper to maintain possession again. And there's Klinger, the goalkeeper, distributing deep. He has quite a leg. His goal kicks and just kicks in play can easily be 50, 55 meters in the air, and that's a real solid boot for the young man, Chris Klinger. The back and left back, and take the throw in to Greg Conkle, and Greg will start the build up out of the back. Here's Youssef, uses his skills to Greater Allegheny gets there first. Number 72, Noah Hill, clearing the ball up into the bleachers, and the ball girl does a great job of getting a ball back in play right away. Central Penn's throw is cleared across into back on Conkle's foot. He gets the ball wide left. Not that patience is the only way to win a football. It's good to see the players use that ball the majority of the time. Defensive running is more boring than offensive running, even though it's kind of like seems like it takes forever for 2 minutes to go by when you're waiting on a microwave. Here's Dylan, freshman captain, up at right wing. And he's carrying the ball into the center of the field, drops it back to Greg Conkle. And his pass is intercepted by Greater Allegheny. They knock the ball back, and again, it gets immediately thwarted by Sellers and Ali. These two guys are awfully hard to get through, and I tell you, if I was an opposing coach to Coach Osborne's squad, I'd be playing with two forwards because one guy is going to have a real hard time getting through the two of them. They're about as good as it gets in central defense, and nothing is lost when there's substitution made. Tyler Darren waits right behind him, and he's an excellent center back as well. I believe he's been nicked up a bit, though. Here's Ben Painter on the right-hand side, doing possession with Youssef and Dylan. Greg Conkle in midfield. Here's Bobby Rockwell with a ball into space to Adam Youssef, and he has it and goes down, but no call. And I don't think he's going to get that call. That was just good aggressive defense by Greater Allegheny, although Adam would like to have had that call. I wouldn't get my hopes up. Here's a nice ball from Bobby Rockwell, and good job by the referee. He allowed advantage on the ball to Oscar Flores, but when the play didn't develop, he came back and gave Bobby his foul just outside the area. So Central Penn will tee it up for their first set piece in the immediate area of the goal, just outside the penalty area. Central Penn will tee this up. It looks like a four-man wall for Greater Allegheny as they get moved back by the referee. Adam Youssef settling in over the ball. Now it looks like he's going to leave it to Matt Sellers to tee off this kick. Oh no, this is Ali ready to take the free kick. And we're up over the goal. So it will be Greater Allegheny coming out with a goal kick. Again, Chris Klinger in goal for Greater Allegheny. A little bit bittersweet or melancholy for me announcing this game because I'm an 8-year professor at Central Penn College and a graduate of Penn State. So I have mixed emotions about this thing, but in the end, it's the Knights or nothing. So here's Dylan with a left-footed shot. Him and one defender. He had his opportunity. That's not his strong foot, but he did a good job of getting a solid shot off, and was able to field easily. And Greater Allegheny's distributing out of the back, building up play into the midfield to Central. And Ali, of course, takes the ball off. And here comes Central Penn going the other way. Throw into Ben Painter, just inside the Greater Allegheny half of the pitch. Here's Ali in the back to Matt. Up to Adam. Ali. Tough ball to Ben Painter. He handles it, but the ball was lost eventually. Ball in the air, too much there. Greater Allegheny loses the ball out of bounds, thrown to Ben Painter. Central Penn coming left to right, just behind the half field. I think both coaches have to be okay with the performance of their squads thus far. I don't hear a whole lot of yelling down there. Seems like everybody's fairly content with the job everybody's doing. Everybody's had their opportunities. That's offsides. Greater Allegheny played a real nice ball deep into the right side, but unfortunately for them, Noy was not able to get to it, and he was offside anyhow. So Central Penn will come out with an indirect kick at about 30 meters off goal. Again, Central Penn with that record, 7-1-1. That's that Coach Osborne's put together. There's a crossing ball from Jake Philippe, and if that would have gone to Oscar Flores, I think that would have been it for, or to Dylan. That would have been it for Greater Allegheny, but unfortunately there were several defenders in there that were able to stop it. Here's Jake again, and it looks like he might have earned a corner. He did. So that's a corner kick for Central Penn. They have their second set piece now down in the area. I want to thank our athletic director, Casey Hicks, and her assistant, Kenton Alston, for supporting everything that happens in Central Penn athletics, and in particular, supporting the soccer program and our ability to bring these games to you. Greater Allegheny on their way out of the back down, and he gets a foul call out of that one. I'm not so sure it wasn't a clean tackle, to be honest, but the referee was not only behind it, but probably 30 meters away. So it's pretty hard for him to tell. Maybe the AR made the call, I'm not sure. But it looked like a pretty fair tackle, actually. Tough, but fair. Central Penn recovers the Greater Allegheny pass in the midfield. Greg Conkle intercepts it and distributes to his keeper, who resets for Central Penn. Ali back to Hunter, over to Sellers. Questionable pass there, intercepted by Greater Allegheny, and they took a shot off of it and just missed to the right. That was number 17, Joshua Neely. He had a real opportunity on his hands there. That was probably Greater Allegheny's greatest opportunity thus far, pardon the pun. But the shot was wide. Here's a ball forward from Central Penn that's intercepted and brought back the other way by Greater Allegheny. Throw to Allegheny. Penn State with the throw in, left-hand side. Their forward, number 19, Max Whitson, loses the ball, and it's knocked forward to Oscar Flores. And again, another opportunity up front where a ball was played softly, this time by the keeper. And boy, I tell you, Central Penn, I would really be alert if I were them to these opportunities. That's the third time in this game. There's been a really soft pass way in the back by Allegheny, and that's a significant opportunity for Central Penn to capitalize. Here's a foul call at about 35 meters against Central Penn. No harm out there. Allegheny will take their free kick. Number 22 stands over it, Cameron Downey. Each team with a Cameron tonight. Two-man wall for some reason. The restart is lofted into the area, and Andrew Hunter has no problem running onto it, coming up high and making the stop. Andrew's a real good man. I know Andrew very well. I had him in class. He's an excellent student. I believe he's an academic All-American, actually, and an excellent goalkeeper as well. A very good athlete, and he's a big, imposing force. He's not somebody soccer players want to take on one-to-one in the area, because he's just big and strong. Good goalkeeper, real good. He does a great job for Coach Osborne. Andrew has an excellent backup as well. Christian Gray, number 34, is his backup goalkeeper. And Christian's done a good job when he's had minutes as well. But Andrew, being a veteran captain senior, he gets the large majority of the minutes in goal, and rightfully so. So Central Penn resets, no substitutions in the match so far. Lineups look exactly like they did. Central Penn with Oscar up at striker, Dylan out on the right, Jake Philippe out on the left, Youssef and, Oscar Flores at forward, and then Adam Youssef. Oh, here comes Greater Allegheny the other way. Number 19 makes a nice move, gets himself open, but it's way down on the end line. He catches Andrew Hunter out of goal, but he's not able to do anything because Ali was on him. Greater Allegheny eventually puts it into the area, and Andrew scoops it up, and off we go the other way. There was no bounce in that ball, and that's what field players need. They need a ball that's not bouncing all over the place. Bend over like a bowler and put a perfectly flat ball right on their feet as fast as you can, and they'll be very thankful. And Andrew's tremendous. that was close. Greater Allegheny had a significant opportunity there. Number 19, Max Whitson, played an excellent ball into the area, and I thought it might portend an opportunity for them. Number 2, Ryan Newton, was open, and he had broken through, but thankfully he was about a half a step offside, and it was close. Of course, there's no VAR replay in this level of soccer, so there's nobody to check that offsides call. And here's the first substitution of the game. Looks like Cam Odom is going to get a break for Central Penn. That means that Lalit Batari is coming in at left back to give him a rest. Lalit also an excellent defender, as all the guys that play in the back are at Central Penn. Looks like Cam might have a little limp. He might have got a little nicked up out there. Yeah, he's got a bandage on his right knee too. So I think Coach Jason Broadwater and his Penn State Greater Allegheny squad, they're one step away from having some opportunities in this game, and that is that they're 1v4 up here, and it's really hard for number 9 to get free. 2 terrific central defenders. Those center halves they're just tough. It's Matt and Ali, and those are not guys to be messed with. And to ask a forward to get through them both is all but impossible. I think Coach Broadwater is going to have to get some cavalry up there, somebody to help his forward get the ball into space and be able to work some passes that happen down in the forward third of the match, because thus far Greater Allegheny has not been able to do that. Here's Adam Youssef and Bobby Rockwell in the middle of the field showing off their skills, and they are 2 very gifted young players, and they are tough. It's funny watching people try to defend them, and they got a foul call in this case, and here comes Bobby back to Ali, over to Greg, back to Cam, Matt Sellers. Ooh, tough pass again to Adam Youssef, intercepted by Greater Allegheny. Now coming forward, there's Al and Ben Painter. Greater Allegheny attempting to retrieve a pass, and he's plowed into pretty hard by Ben Painter. It was not intentional. The ball was in the air, and the players were looking up, and when you're looking up, you don't see the people around you well. And Ben hit him pretty hard, and he rubbed his shoulder a little bit, and he's fine. He's up and back in the game, but he got the call. And so Greater Allegheny, about 10 yards inside the midfield line, will take a free kick. And it goes forward right into the hands of Andrew Hunter. It was aimed at Ryan Newton, but that was not to be. Andrew distributes on the ground to Ali, who brings the ball out to Adam. Adam gets a bad hop. Cleared by Ali. And we're back to the tennis match now. The ball's in the air, bouncing all over the place. So when all these headers are over, we'll get to playing football again. There we go. Adam Youssef settles it down, and it's Bobby Rockwell. And these guys are starting to get the match back under control. Central Penn kicks the ball out of bounds. Northern Allegheny to take the throw. Number 72, Noah Hill, brings it in. Ben Painter wins it quickly, but Dylan loses it at midfield. And here comes Greater Allegheny the other way. Oh, okay. Obstruction call on number 26. It's Noy. And Central Penn's kick coming out of the back. Here's Ali with a long ball deep left to Jake. Jake's been largely ignored the last 10 minutes, and sure in the dictionary underneath the word speed. He plays the ball through the area that's cleared out, but Central Penn brings it right back in. Here's Dylan from the right side, and Bobby Rockwell has an opportunity, but he doesn't get a clean hit on it. and it just sort of dribbles to goalkeeper Chris Klinger. So far, so good for both squads. No injuries, one substitution. Everything's been pretty steady. And no score. We're 0-0. We're at the Skyline Sports Complex, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where the Central Penn Knights are hosting Penn State Greater Allegheny. They had a pretty long bus ride today. Ali attempts to play a ball through into space to Dylan, but that was not to be. But their record is really not indicative of their ability. Scores like 2-1, 3-3, 2-1, 0-0, 1-0. That's just what's happened this season, and obviously they've lost a lot of close games, and that doesn't mean you're a bad squad at all. That's football. So, ball is kicked into goalkeeper Andrew Hunter, and the captain brings it out, ready to distribute. He punts it to midfield, right to Bobby Rockwell's head. Bobby puts it into space. Oh, you know what? It might have been Oscar Flores, because he wasn't up forward, so that must have been him attempting to field that ball in the midfield. Greater Allegheny just made their first substitution. So they have their first non-starter in the game. I believe it was number 18. That's Ethan Hout. Two different rosters floating around the press area here. Adam Youssef's going to take a break for Central Penn. I'm guessing that's going to be Blake that's in for him, Blake Iserman. Like Adam, Blake is not only a good midfielder, but an excellent finisher. Both of them shoot like a striker, and they're very deadly. Ben Painter's pass is intercepted. Here comes Allegheny the other way. Number 18 running onto it, but he scoops it up and fields it to Ben Painter, gets it to Bobby. That's the guy you want the ball in the foot of, and he plays a beautiful time ball to Dylan. Unfortunately, Dylan's touch got the best of him there, and the ball got a long way out in front of him, and when he extended for it and attempted to cross it, I think he hit goalkeeper Chris Klinger right in the face with the ball. I'm fairly certain Chris is hurt, and they're calling for assistance, so he must be bleeding or something. So we'll have a break in the action here while we sort out this injury. The players take water, and we'll take a look at some of the greater details. Greater Allegheny, some information on them. As I said, their matches have been extremely close. Other scores than the ones I mentioned: a 1-0 loss, a 3-0 win, 5-3 loss, a 3-0 loss, a 3-1 loss, a 2 tie. All of their matches but one were extremely close, and they played everybody tough. As a measuring stick, Central Penn beat Penn State Mont Alto, and they also beat Penn State Mont Alto. So I think the actual ability of the two teams is much more similar than their records would indicate, and we can look for this to continue to be a very even match. I think each team has their opportunities. Central Penn, I'm biased, I admit it, but at the same time, Central Penn has I think a speed advantage up front, and I do think they can get players into space behind the Greater Allegheny defense. And if their goalkeeper has to come off, if he has to be subbed, that could be significant for him. Yeah, he looks like a bloody nose. So he'll probably have to come off, especially if there's blood on that uniform. And that would mean their substitute goalkeeper would have to check in. And that changes everything for them as well. I'm not sure which backup goalkeeper will come in. There's Eduardo Cruz Mantilla, and there's Tyler Federer. It looks like Tyler might be the guy. Yeah, he's the guy that's getting dressed up and ready to go into the game. Yeah, it's Tyler. So Federer's out there. He is emotionally engaged. ready to go. It's a sign of a good backup player. And they'll continue to work on Chris Klinger down here and get the bleeding stopped. Central Penn provides a trainer to all visiting teams, and she's excellent, so she'll take good care of young Chris. And I believe Central Penn will have a corner kick on the right-hand side as we restart play, so there's a scoring opportunity right now. And this is a great chance to score, not only because it's a corner, but after you've had a stoppage in play, players tend to relax a little. So their minds are maybe not quite as razor sharp as they are in the heat of battle. And if you can catch a player napping and get loose for a split second on a corner kick, you can put that ball in the net. So let's see how young Mr. Federer handles his situation here. Greg Conkle has the ball. He's quite deep. He tries a shot, but that was about 35 meters, which is not real likely at any level. And the ball's now already down in the Central Penn end. Throw to Central Penn at almost in their corner. So Matt Sellers will take that throw. He has Ali and Ben Painter to his right. He goes up the left side trying to get the ball to Jake. It goes back to Matt, and he knocks it forward. Oscar Flores attempts to get it in the air. He's beaten by a defender that's probably 6-8 inches taller, and that's number 4, Draven Beatty. And nothing doing there. And here's Blake Eiserman's first significant touch in the midfield. And his ball gets through to Dylan over on the right-hand side. Dylan, taken on by 2 defenders, gets a beautiful ball through to Oscar Flores. He heels it, and there's no one there. So unfortunately, it's an easy save for the goalkeeper, Tyler Federer. Just short of the center circle, and Central Penn wins that ball and attempts to go the other way, but Ben Painter's left-footed pass goes off the pitch, and here comes Greater Allegheny. A little back and forth kicking here in the midfield. Matt Sellers loses one out of bounds. Throw into Greater Allegheny in the Central Penn end. Their forward leaves it for the left back, who is a substitute. That's number 72, Noah Hill, who subbed into the game a little bit ago. Bobby wins a ball, and Great Allegheny wins that back. A bumpy field will do that. It makes it so hard to really possess the ball well that you can have a lot of passes, take bad hops, and go out of bounds and get intercepted. And some of that's just bad passing, and some of it's just the ground. And here's Lalit out of the back left. Nice job by him handling the ball and getting it forward. Ben Painter down the right-hand side, strong. Ben's in the area. Opportunity. Painter, and the pass to the center is deflected. And Bobby Rockwell gathers it up in the midfield, gives it back to Ali. He brings it up to Dylan. Dylan again to Ben Painter, deep in the opposing end. Good job by Ben of making them react to his ability to get forward and get back. And Greater Allegheny clears the ball out of bounds. And here's Ben with the throw, and he hands it to Oscar. Oscar gives it right back. Ben crosses it, and it's cleared away. Greater Allegheny loses it in the midfield, and Ali will take the throw for Central Penn. Matt Sellers in the central defense, knocking it over to Lalit. He gets it to Greg Conkle. Greg's back to Matt. Matt to Bobby. And the possession looking strong. Coach Osborne has to be pleased to see that quality of possession coming out of the back. That's Sign of a good squad. Nice 1-2 in the midfield between Oscar and Bobby. Ball carries far to the left side to Jake Philippe. He adapts to it, and Greg takes a one-time left-footed shot that, given the direction he was headed, which was towards the corner flag, that was a tough ask, and the ball goes well over the goal for a goal kick to Penn State Greater Allegheny and Tyler Federer. 10:39 to go in the first half, so we have just about 10 minutes left out of the 45. And a very, very even match thus far. Here's Greater Allegheny attempting to get forward. Their striker, number 19, Max Whitson, he holds the ball well, turns and distributes, and his distribution goes out of bounds. He carries through, and here comes Ali out of the back for Central Penn. Up to Dylan. Dylan, a Hempfield product out of Lancaster County. Gets it to Bobby. Bobby up to Greg Conkle. Greg, immediately seeing the field very well, notices the opening to Jake Philippe up in the upper left corner, and instantly it was there. Unfortunately, it falls to the foot and is knocked over the goal by Lalit, and that's a lost opportunity for Central Penn. He was just inside shooting range. We'll give him that one. Thanks again to our athletic director, Casey Hicks, and her assistant, Kenton Alston, for setting up everything to do with these soccer matches out here at City Island. And at halftime, our producer, Abby Bresky, is going to interview our athletic director, Casey Hicks, so you can learn more about athletics in general at Central Penn. For a small school, I think you'll find it amazing how many sports there are and how many students and the percentage of students that are involved in athletics at Central Penn. It's extremely impressive, and it's a growing program, and that's all happened under the watch of Casey Hicks. So we look forward to hearing from her and Abby at halftime. Here's Bobby Rockwell coming out of the mid. He knocks it forward to Oscar. Oscar out to Dylan. Dylan gets by his defender rather easily, plays a nice low ball across the area, but it's cleared away by number 13, Isaac Harrour. Central Penn knocking it around. Bobby back to Ali, over to Matt. Matt up to Greg. Greg's what you would call the defensive midfielder, defensive central midfielder, where Matt Sellers used to play, and he moved back, I believe, when Tyler got hurt, playing at center back to mid, and Matt dropped to center half. There's an injured player. Greater Allegheny has a player down. I think he just got kicked in the knee, and that happens a lot in football. He should be able to get back up. I think that's a contusion, not a twist. We'll give him a second to get back on his feet. It's number 2, Ryan Newton, who's been all over the place. Ryan gets back inside his own area to defend, and he also gets into the Central Penn area to attack. Obviously a player of great speed and endurance. So hopefully he's okay. And Greater Allegheny restarts with a free kick in the back. Their defender knocks it forward. Gets over Greg and goes out of bounds. Throw into Greater Allegheny right around 18 meters, maybe 20. Greater Allegheny going towards the Central Penn end with another throw. Again, right about the depth of the area. But true to form in the area, it's 1v4 right now, and that's tough. That's a tough ask of any player, especially with this Central Penn defense. So I have to make some kind of an adjustment in that regard, and I think that has something to do with if you look at the Penn State statistics, their goals per game average is only 1.3, and that's obviously you have to score more goals than the other team to win, and 1.3 generally will not be enough. So I would say their coach, Jason Broadwater, would probably say goal production might be their biggest challenge because they're very sound otherwise, but they do not have good odds in the area, and they're going to have to make an adjustment there if they want to. Bobby Rockwell dispossessed in the midfield. Greater Allegheny executes a beautiful 1-2. Ali slides up, puts it on his other foot, and distributes beautifully to Greg Conkle coming out of the back. Ali just match by match, as tough as anybody on the pitch, and every goal you save is the same thing as scoring one, and he stops a lot of opportunities. Now there, we have an inexperienced goalkeeper, Tyler Federer, and he kind of got caught in no man's land, and Central Penn lobbed the ball in from about 30 meters and almost scored. It went just over the goal, and I think young Mr. Federer's emotions might have got a little bit the better of him there as he pursued a Central Penn opportunity wide by going out almost like a defender, and it created a real opportunity for Central Penn. Any ability to hit a solid ball on goal at that point would have been a tally. Tally being a goal. It was a beautiful ball to Greg Conkle coming down the middle of the field. He was inside the 18, closer to the dot, and he just reached out with his right foot and was able to tip it, but not on goal. And Greater Allegheny will take the goal kick and come the other way. Good opportunity for Central Penn. That's 3 now that could have been converted. Now here we go with the soft pass to the goalkeeper, and Central Penn intercepted it and had a point blank shot, and Federer was able to make the save. But I'll those that's a continual opportunity for the Central Penn offense to take advantage of those soft passes in the back, and they were all over it that time. Central Penn starting to knock on the door here, and I think the Knights are about ready to convert. Maybe they can get one in the net before halftime. There's only 3 minutes left in the first half of this fixture, but let's see if maybe they can convert one here in the final 3 minutes and take a lead going into halftime. Stops their attack, and here comes Central Penn the other way. Beautiful ball from Jake Philippe out to Ben Painter. You don't see a lot of balls from your left forward to your right back, but that's exactly what happened, and that just confirms Jake's ability to be anywhere at any time, which makes a defense really have to react, because in the day of defense, that means somebody else has to figure out that he's there and who he is and what he can do, and I guarantee you their right back knows who he is. Unfortunate ball there. Dylan lost one going to goal, but Central Penn brings it back. Bobby back to Ali. Deep ball to the right side, but it's too far for Dylan, and it's Greater Allegheny coming out of their back left side. Okay, Bobby Rockwell in the midfield doing what he does, fighting his way through 2 defenders. And Bobby's not a big guy. He's just really good. Drops the ball to Ben Painter. Ben dumps it into Oscar Flores, Central Penn striker. He plays a nice ball into the midfield in the middle of the area to Jake. Goal, but So only 1 minute till halftime, and we're looking forward to Athletic Director Casey Hicks coming on the air here in about a minute. She'll be the guest of Abby Bresky as they discuss athletics at Central Penn. All right, 45 seconds left. Central Penn moving the ball up out of the back left-hand side. Twenty seconds left. Central Penn with a throw in on the left-hand side. Jake gets dumped and takes the throw in, but I think we're going to run out of time here. Oh, there's a long ball. Wow, what a save. Greg Conkle just took about a 45-meter shot, and darn if that thing wasn't on goal. And young Mr. Federer was alert as a backup goalkeeper, and he was able to fist that ball away, and the first half comes to a close. So I'm going to turn control of this broadcast over to our producer, Abby Bresky, and she's going to sit and visit with our athletic director, Casey Hicks, and they're going to talk about Central Penn sports. Abby?
Hello. Casey, it's so good to have you.
Hi, Abby. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm enjoying the game so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back at Skyline.
We are back at Skyline.
So I think the biggest thing is, we're coming into that fall term, 2023. We're going into that new year. We're having a lot of new student athletes out here. So what's the biggest change for athletics coming this next year?
I think athletics is just going to continue to trend upward. We have a lot of athletes moving in this weekend for our fall start on Monday. As you're watching today, I was taking notice in the first half. We had 2 returners on the field for that first half. Just goalie, Andrew, and then Jake up front. So we had a field full of first-time student athletes for Central Penn, and I think you're going to continue to see that in the next year. You're going to see some freshmen come in here and really play significant minutes and continue to just elevate Central Penn athletics. I think we're just going to get better and better. And as those freshmen stick around and we continue to build these rosters, I think our teams are just going to continue to dominate the ESAC and make some noise. So I'm excited for it.
I think that's significant too because, at Central Penn, we only have those 3 or 4 quick
That's
years
right, yeah.
that go by pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the newest sport for Central Penn?
So actually Monday, October 9th, we have our first little team get together for women's softball. So the newest sport will be women's softball in 2024. We'll start with the official season in the spring, which I'm really excited about. The baseball team has been very successful this past year, 2023 ESAC champions. And to kind of have that counter sport in softball and bring that to the college is going to be really exciting. So they're going to dive into some fall ball in this fall term, which will be good. We'll be able to see, what kind of roster we're looking at. Get our new coach, Coach Spriggle, and her assistant, Brittany Short, on campus. Get them working with the girls a little bit. And I'm excited to see softball take off in January.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So what about women's soccer? When can we expect them next?
So women's soccer, they are bouncing back in the second half of the season. So we have a home game here on next Tuesday, 10/10. October 10th, we'll be back here at City Island with the women's soccer. And that'll be their first home game of the season. So it took a while to get them home, but we have everybody healthy. and we are back on the field for an ESAC matchup on Tuesday for the women. So I'm excited to be here for that.
The most important part, everybody's healthy.
Everybody's healthy.
That's
yeah, knock on wood. We're gonna try to keep it that way for the rest of October.
There we go. We just got to get through October, and we'll
That's
be good.
right. Yeah.
So it's exciting. Any final words for halftime?
I don't think so. I think looking at the men's game right now, we didn't show half of what we can do. So I think these last 45 minutes, the second half, I have no doubt in what Coach Osborne is talking to the team about right now. They're going to come back out here ready to go. We got to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side of things, and I'm excited to see us take over the second half because we got to put out there what we have, and I don't think we've showed that yet so far. So maybe we're saving it for the second half.
Maybe.
I think we'll turn things around here, and hopefully we'll pull out this win here against Penn State Greater Allegheny.
Second half is it.
That is it. I'm calling it now. I called it live on the stream. Second half.
There we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abby.
And we are again live from City Island Skyline Sports Complex in Harrisburg, PA. Doug Fisher with you and my producer, Abby Bresky. Great job by Abby in interviewing our athletic director, Casey Hicks, over halftime. An opportunity for everybody to learn a lot about all that's going on. And I was just saying to our athletic director, what an amazing job she's done. I think when she became athletic director, we might have 4 or 6 sports, and now I couldn't even tell you how many, but it's a lot. We're in all kinds of sports now that we weren't before, and so many students have opportunities to participate in college athletics that would not have that opportunity otherwise, and it's just really, really cool to see. What's cooler yet is the talent on this young soccer team that Coach Osborne has put together. So we'll look to see if he can figure out how to convert a speed advantage and some somewhat sloppy passing in the back by Greater Allegheny into goals up front. And likewise, Greater Allegheny has to find a way to penetrate the central defense of Central Penn, because right now they've got one young man up there, Max Whitson, just surviving by himself against an entire defense, and that's a tough ask. So Greater Allegheny is going to have to get more bodies forward if they want to tally, and Central Penn has to, I think, be a little bit more opportunistic and be a little bit more patient when it's time to shoot and make sure they put their shots on goal, and they should be okay. No word yet on whether Tyler Federer will stay in goal for Greater Allegheny or whether Chris Klinger will reassume his position between the pipes. But we're headed into the second half. It's 0-0 at halftime. Captain Andrew Hunter, senior goalkeeper, leads his squad back out on the pitch. And here comes Greater Allegheny the other way. It looks like Federer is going to stay in goal. And I'm going to take a wild guess that Chris Klinger might have a broken nose. He looks pretty bandaged up down there. I know he was bleeding at the time, so it may be young Mr. Federer's show for the rest of this match, at least for Coach Jason Broadwater and the Greater Allegheny Penn State squad. Coach Broadwater brings 3 assistants with him today. He has an assistant coach, Ryan Hankey, and then he has a goalkeeper coach, Gordon Diaz. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 on their bench. So they have a deep squad. They have almost 2 full lineups, which makes training terrific for a squad. It's really, you can do a lot more in training if you have that many bodies. And Central Penn, likewise, has 8 young men sitting on their bench as well. The starting lineup for Central Penn looks the same as it did before the game, with the exception of left back, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, Lalit is still in at left back, and I think that's because Cam Odom is nicked up. He has a bandage on his knee, and he was limping when he came off. So Lalit stays in at left back. Matt Sellers and Ali in the central defense. Ben Painter on the right. Greg Conkle at defensive mid. Bobby Rockwell at center mid, setting the tempo. And then you have Adam Youssef as the playmaker, attacking midfielder, if you will. And then Oscar Flores is up top. And out on the wings, you have Jake Philippe, of course, on the left, and Dylan Huang over on the right. And both of them very skilled, very quick, and they create a tremendous number of opportunities. So we'll see what Coach Osborne has plugged in differently for the second half and what adjustments he's made to get them to be more successful in the second half. Here's Ben Painter attempting to clear a ball out of the back for Central Penn off a defender, and he'll take the throw into Ali. Ali will look forward. He gets the ball up to Greg. Greg outside to Ben again. Back to Conkle. And here's Bobby Rockwell. So far, nobody contested. Everybody's passing fairly freely because of the loose zone defense. Lalit at left back, bringing the ball up, stepping in for Cam Odom, doing a very good job. Lalit looking for an option. He finds Adam Youssef, who knocks it to Greg. Fortunately, Greg's ball gets a little ahead of Adam Youssef and is cleared away. Greater Allegheny. So Penn State resets, and here comes Central. Now going right to left. Ali up to Adam. Great job of checking back. Central Penn still more play, more possession game. I think in this game they have an opportunity to play some balls through into space. If they can get what we call a through ball past the defense of Greater Allegheny and keep on the ground, not in the air, I think Oscar and Dylan and those folks can get to those balls, and they'll have significant opportunities to score. I think that's the opportunity that Central Penn's been given. There's a foul by Adam. Greater Allegheny, Greater Allegheny coming out of the back. Oh, the ref pulled the whistle and blow it. I believe there was a handball there. It didn't get called, but we'll take it. Here's Central area. Jake Philippe with the left foot hard to the right side. Intercepted by the defense of Greater Allegheny and cleared out. Here comes Greg Conkle back the other way. Nice ball into Dylan. Dylan gets the ball back underneath him, but loses it off the end line, so that will be a goal kick for Penn State. So more of the same so far this half. Greater Allegheny struggling to get the ball forward into space, and Central Penn also really failing to get the ball up to their front runners and into quality space so they can have a shot. But it'll come. It takes time. It's a game of patience. The only other sport that requires this kind of patience is hockey. A lot of 1-0 matches. Penn State trying to get into the Central Penn defense and immediately cleared away. Greg Conkle helping out. The field on which they play is not a field. It's not a. It's called a pitch. So you play soccer on a pitch. And there's a number of other terms, all great gathered by the elite. Beautiful gather on a long ball from Greg Conkle. Shame that couldn't be converted because he showed tremendous skill there. Northern Allegheny knocks the ball forward. Andrew Hunter just quickly turns it right around, gets it back out to Ali. And Ali starting to look deeper into the defense. And I think that's a good thing in this match. I wouldn't have said that last game. Oh, and there's a real close shot. Oscar just missed that goal wide left. And I mean by like 2 feet. He just missed the pipe. So good opportunity there, and the difference was Ali got the ball directly to the front. A little less patient, which is not my normal preference in the game of football. But I think in this match, Central Penn's opportunity is to play a longer ball through to their forwards and let them use their speed to run on because they do have a speed advantage up front. And I think between that and a few soft passes, Central Penn can take advantage of these opportunities. They're also playing a lot more physical in the second half. They're certainly not afraid to knock people around, and the referee's allowing it. So as long as that's consistent from side to side, that's to Central Penn's advantage as well. There's a goal kick from Federer coming out, not particularly long. I guess that's a foul on Central Penn. So Northern Allegheny tees up a restart in their own end. Number 72, Noah Hill, their left back, is, he was over the ball. He just gave it up to number 4, Beatty. And that's a Northern Allegheny throw, left side. Ali clears it off of a Northern Allegheny player, and it's a goal kick for Andrew Hunter. And interesting, already a substitution for Northern Allegheny, number 21, Aiden Warner is coming in for number 26, Noy, and I'm not sure if maybe there's an injury behind that because it's awful early in the second half. We've only been playing for 8 minutes, so I wouldn't see why anybody would need a tactical substitution at this point in the game. So I'm guessing that's an issue of either fatigue or probably more likely he's nicked up. Nice ball to Bobby Rockwell in the center of the field. He plays a terrific ball to Dylan. Again, Dylan's first touch. He's going to have to work on that. It just gets away from him, goes 10, 15 yards out, and then before he can recover, the ball's out of bounds. That's something he'll just have to improve in his game. He's quite a player. What a talented young man, and he's a quality young man as well. Shakes your hand, looks you right in the eye. He's a freshman, and I tell you what really speaks to this young man's abilities is that he was elected captain of the team, one of the captains, and he's a freshman, and that's virtually unheard of. Maybe a quarterback in football, but that's about it. Freshmen don't get to be captains, and this young man has so much respect for his teammates that he's already a captain. That says an awful lot for him. So these kids are getting a good education, have a positive experience out here as well, and they're on a fantastic team. Here's Adam Youssef with an opportunity on the left-hand side. Uses his skill, plays the ball across. It's cleared by Greater Allegheny. Here comes Lalit back in again. He takes a hard shot, really hard shot from easily 35 meters. Long shot by Lalit, and it was a rocket, an absolute knuckleball. And it ricocheted off of Federer. He did make the save, but he gave up a long rebound, which Central Penn will again have to make note of. If a goalkeeper gives up rebounds, that's an opportunity to follow every shot to goal, and when that rebound happens, knock in the crumbs, as we call it, and get that easy goal on the rebound. Foul off on Ali. Unfortunately, he just got a little too pushy coming out of the back there. Number 19, Max Whitson, the forward midfielder for Greater Allegheny, ended up flat on the ground. And Ali has a way of doing that. He's a very, very strong young man and gifted and talented as well. I made the comment today that I have yet to see a match that he couldn't have been the man of the match. They tend to spread those awards around, but every single game he could be the top player in the game. Other players do well as well. Like Adam Youssef had a hat trick, I think in our last home game, and he could be the man of the match as well. But Lee, he just doesn't get beat. He's just so tough back there. Here's Matt Sellers defending Greater Allegheny as they work their way into the Central Penn defense. They get a ball forward, but again, Ali comes out and just takes it away and clears it off the Allegheny player. Throw into Greater Allegheny here. They're on the left-hand side, right just out beyond the 18, what we call the area. Ali fouled, attempting to defend, and his free kick. He immediately gets the ball forward, and that's an opportunity for Central Penn to get that ball quickly to the front and not goof around with it much. Just get it up there and let guys like Jake Philippe use his speed. Here comes Jake now, and the pressure of his speed forced the defender to mishit the ball in his clearance, and it's out of bounds. And throw into Central Penn. Here's the elite attempting a cross. It's blocked, but Oscar recovers it and plays the ball across. That too is cleared. And now Ben Painter will take his shot at it over on the right-hand side, bringing the ball up. Nice heel ball by Oscar. One time left-footed by Adam Youssef, just over the goal. That was a significant opportunity for Central Penn. Tremendous skill by Oscar. Boy, he really did a tremendous job there. That's number 22, Oscar Flores out of Fleetwood. It says midfielder on the roster, but no way. He's a striker through and through. There's Elite defending against number 2, Ryan Newton. Ryan gets a ball across in front of the goal for Greater Allegheny, but it's immediately cleared away because they have one striker trying to beat Matt Sellers and Ali, and I'm sorry, but that's not likely to happen. Central Penn, Adam Youssef, long shot, probably again 32, 33 meters, and just over the pipe. So he's over goal again. We've had a lot of long shots today, and boy, I'd love to see us going into space with speed rather than just long shots. But Adam has the cannon to make that shot, so he'll keep taking them. They're there. Take what the opponent gives you. Here comes Greater Allegheny, the Penn State squad, going left to right. 30 minutes left, so we're 1/3 of the way through the second half. The Greater Allegheny forward just got one touch. He just got a touch in the area, and he was able to hit it off of Andrew Hunter. So now Greater Allegheny, I believe, will have their first corner kick of the match. I can't remember another one. There might have been, but I think this is their first. So significant scoring opportunity here for Greater Allegheny, and they've sent a lot of troops forward. They have 3 at midfield. So you take 3 and the goalkeeper off of 11, and you have 7, and that's a good number of bodies to have in the area. We'll see how they can do with it. The corner kick ends up out of bounds on the far side. Throw in to Penn State. They maintain possession over there, looking to get a cross off. Nice spin move, lost out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Central Penn. So the Knights go the other way, and we'll see what they can build up this time to get that ball forward. Only the one substitution in this half thus far. There's a long ball to Adam Youssef from the front. Adam hangs on to it and then eventually loses it to a defender. He was surrounded by 3 guys. Pretty tough ask. Here's Oscar and Youssef. Wide right to Dylan. And, I think he switched to see if he could get that opportunity up top. Last intended move for strategically was to get more speed to the point and get a striker space. Back in, puts the ball on Adam's foot. Powerful, Elite, space deep in the left-hand corner. It's 3v3 there. Not sure we had the best odds. Here's Bobby Rockwell off the throw into Greg Conkle. Here's Oscar out on the left side. Got to get used to that. And here's Conkle with a hard shot. Again, we're talking between 35 and 40 meters out, just pulling the trigger. And those are such long shots that the odds are with you. I mean, you watch the best soccer in the world, the Premiership. You will not see him has a backup goalkeeper in there who may not be as practiced and as agile as be a chance to put a ball in the top shelf and take advantage of that. So here comes Adam Youssef looking to do just that. He gets the ball on Oscar's foot. Oscar heels it to Adam, but it's lost. And And here comes Central Penn down the left side. Nice ball by Jake Philippe. Cleared by Ali. And Ali has it back in the Central Penn end. He brings the ball forward. First sign of a little bit of fatigue for Greater Allegheny. They didn't really get forward at all to get after that ball. Tell you what Northern Allegheny does do well. They challenge the first touch really hard, and that really helps their defense. Nice shot, point blank shot by Greg Conkle. There's goal one. There's goal one. Oscar Flores, I believe, just tallied the first goal of the match. But Greg had a point blank shot there off the goalkeeper, and I think the crumbs were finished up by Oscar Flores. So good for him. But we'll give Conkle the assist on that one, I believe, even though it hit the goalkeeper. And I mentioned that earlier, when a goalkeeper gives up rebounds, boy, you follow every shot and you'll have your chances. So let's see now if the Knights can take their one goal and turn it into three and build up a little bit of a lead here with some insurance. That's what you always want to do, is ride that momentum hard. So Greater Allegheny push the ball forward. Of course, a player running down the field full speed feels they have a better view of the offsides call than the referee, who's standing on the sideline looking directly across at it and has the best view ever. But players will always argue about it. One half of the people on the pitch will really be displeased with pretty much every single call. That's just how this game goes. If you have thin skin, you don't want to be a referee for soccer. There's an awful lot of arguing. So there, Oscar Flores is called for a foul, and he was in possession. I'm not sure what that was about, whether it was a high foot or what the referee didn't like, the center ref, but he made a call, and it's Allegheny's ball coming the other way. It's kicked deep, but it goes right to Ben Painter. Comes right back out to Oscar Flores. And here's Blake Iserman, who just entered the match. And Blake wins that ball, gets it to Oscar, and Northern Allegheny clears. Here's Greg Conkle coming the other way again. Lalit out of the back left. Ball to Bobby Rockwell. Bobby taken down by Northern Allegheny's Cameron Downey. So that'll be a free kick for Central Penn coming out of the back. Ali will tee that up. Unfortunately, right now, there's no... Oh, okay. Looks like Adam Youssef's up in the front runner position right now. Looks like he's playing striker. And they'll look to get him into space. Maybe there's a rotation going on. Not sure. 1 minute, Oscar's up top. The next minute, Oscar's on the left and Jake's up top. And now Jake's over on the right, Oscar's over on the left, and Adam Youssef appears to be up top. And Blake Iserman's entered the game. It looks like he's going to be the playmaker. A little bit of tennis going on, back and forth, up and down the field. When it settles, we'll worry about the details, because it's not the pretty part of soccer, is seeing the ball go from end to end. That's unpleasant on a good day. But literally one team right after another is winning the ball. Okay, wow, that's a questionable call. Even I didn't like that one. Greg Conkle called for a foul. I don't see how he was the guilty, but Penn will tee it up about halfway between the area and the midfield line. Number 4, Beatty, is over the ball. Looking for an option. He plays a long ball. Oh, boy, that was a significant opportunity there. That ball squirted through to the far post. Number 9, Ross was running onto it. Did not, beg your pardon, that's number 12, Penasino, running onto the ball and just couldn't quite get a boot on it. And he and Andrew sort of collided, and the ball squirted out of bounds for a goal kick. Sent Penn in this match. That's gotten for them on that set piece. That could have been trouble. Remember, it's only 1-0 Central Penn. We're only up by 1 goal. So I know Coach Osborne really wants an insurance goal here. He wants to put another tally on the and have a little bit of breathing room. But this is not an easy team. And that will never be simple against these guys from out in Pittsburgh. They're tough. It's a very, very good team. Perhaps the best 2-7-3 team I've ever seen in college soccer. I tell you. Ali got away with a push there, and then he wins one going the other way. Wow, that's tough on Northern Allegheny. Ali got a good push on the Penn State player, and when the Penn State player came back and challenged him for the ball he had lost, he got booked. So he goes in the book with a yellow and has to play with a little bit of caution the rest of the way. And good for Ali. He won that battle completely, and he usually does. Deep ball from Ali, free kick going the other way, and it's headed out of bounds off the end line for a goal kick for Penn State. So they will tee it up. Tyler Federer in goal because Chris Klinger, the starting goalkeeper, was injured. I don't know the extent of the injury, but I would say it's something to do with a damaged nose because that's where the bandage is, and I believe he was bleeding from there, and it may be broken. I'm not sure. Ball almost out of bounds there for Penn. Nice save by Bobby Rockwell. And here comes Central Penn the other way. Ball to Adam Youssef is not accurate, so Penn State's able to win that one. And they're attempting to possess the ball out of their back. And they play it right at Ali, which I would not recommend, but ooh. Trip by Adam Youssef back in the defensive end for Penn. So they'll tee up a free kick coming off about 6 meters, just out wide, not in the box where a goal kick would be. Tyler Federer over the ball, plays it out towards midfield. Blake Eiserman has a beat on it. He makes a nice first touch towards Adam Youssef. It doesn't quite get there, but it was a great idea by Blake. Here's Greater Allegheny going the other way. And Matt Sellers stepping in, playing great defense, and winning the ball twice and getting it out of there under control onto the foot of Oscar Flores. Now the ball switched over to Ben Painter on the right-hand side. The local product keeps the ball under control to Jake. It's back to Ali. Hunter played out wide left to Lalit, to Matt Sellers. Matt Sellers out of Octorara. Here's Lalit up to Blake Eiserman. Blake Eiserman, another local product out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania, home of the War College, distinguished military institution where you can go any time of any day and hear the sounds of freedom. Here's Conkle feeding a ball forward to Oscar. Young Mr. Flores, number 22, plays a ball to Bobby Rockwell in the midfield, back to Flores. And his ball is intercepted, intended for Youssef. Here's Conkle coming the other way. I would say Central Penn is showing greater conditioning at this point. I would say they've not lost a step in terms of their conditioning and speed and everything. But they're a little quicker to begin with. So here's Lalit with a beautiful ball into the midfield to Adam Youssef. He knocks it out wide to Bobby. Back into Youssef. He tries to tee it up. No doing. Lalit attempts to ball into the area, and it's intercepted. Greater Allegheny continuing to play solid defense, rock solid there. A very, very well-coached and well-trained squad defensively. They just don't allow much like Central Penn. Here's two substitutions coming back into the game. Number 11, Dylan Luong from Hempfield, coming in for Oscar Flores at left forward. And for Greater Allegheny, number 17, Joshua Neely is coming off, and number 2, Ryan Newton, re-enters the match. He went off early in this half. Central Penn going right to left with a 1-0 lead. 16 minutes to go in the fixture, so not a lot of time left. Greater Allegheny is going to have to develop a sense of urgency here if they want to get the ball in the goal and tie this thing up. And Central Penn would love nothing more than to get a second goal and have some insurance and take a little pressure off so they can just play more freely. But they've earned this one. They've earned their lead because this is a tough match. It's a very, very well-coached Penn State Northern Allegheny squad. There's a long shot for Northern Allegheny, number 22. Cameron Downey pulls that off, and it wasn't that far wide. Not a bad take at all by young Mr. Downey. Just a really long distance. It's just so hard to score from 30 and 35 and even 40 meters. It's almost impossible to hit balls on goal from that distance. Ali takes the goal kick right forward. Here's a great ball from Iserman deep into the area to Dylan, who plays a beautiful ball to a diving Jake Philippe. I mean to tell you, that was the most crisp and rapid transition that Central Penn has shown in this entire match. Coach Osborne had to be really happy with how that ball moved so quickly to the front and from side to side. So his own defense reacts to one side, immediately the ball's on the other side, and diving Jake Philippe just couldn't quite get his head on it. But if he had, it would be 2-0. Great passing by Central Penn Knights. Okay, here's Allegheny building this up out of the back. Awful good to see the breast cancer awareness logo out on the pitch for this month. It is that month every year, and as the husband of a breast cancer survivor, I couldn't be more appreciative of all that's done in that effort to beat that disease and hopefully eradicate cancer from our world. World Without Cancer would be a good one, and we'll hope that just continues to happen through donations and awareness. Nice shot by Adam Youssef from the right-hand side, just misses wide left. Penn State's got their backup goalkeeper in again because of an injury, and he's just not as tall as the starter, probably not as nimble either. So therefore, Central Penn can take those longer shots and those wide shots in hope that he would be unable to react to them quite as well as the starting goalkeeper Cameron might have. I'm not sure if that's their intent, but that could be the thinking. But Federer has done a good job in goal. He's been solid, and he's shut down the Central Penn attack except for one rebound goal, one rebound that got knocked in by Oscar Flores off of a hard shot. And That's all there's been. There's a foul. That'll give Central Penn a real opportunity here at about 16 meters wide right. Adam Youssef going out to get over the ball, I believe. And this is an opportunity here to play a ball wide left and test the ability of the goalkeeper to shift from the near post to the far post in a short period of time. So hopefully Central Penn is looking for a back post option here, because goalkeepers tend to play about 3/4 forward towards the near post when the ball's wide like this. If Adam can get that ball far and hook it away from the goal, there it is. There's the ball. And it's right off the head of Dylan, but no love. That one did not fall. It just ricocheted off the top of his head and went out rather than in. Another ball played to Dylan, and the right back for Northern Allegheny takes it off his foot. That's Noah Hill playing on the right side in the back for Penn State. Lalit to Dylan to Adam. Beautiful ball to back to Dylan. Sweet ball into the area. Jake gets a head on it, but it goes wide left. And that's a goal kick for Northern Allegheny as they make a substitution. Number 33 coming into the match. That's Sigurdsson. He's coming in for number 21, Warner. Give him some rest. Warner's been a and this is going to come down to just simply if anybody can put one more ball in the goal in the last 11 minutes of this match. If they can, it'll either be a tie or a 2-0 win, one of the two. But you know what? Some of the best soccer in the world is a 1-0 match. So we would be more than thrilled with that result as well. Win is a win in football. And we will have no complaints with a 1-0 tally either. Here's Dylan from the right side playing a ball deep into Jake Philippe, and he beats a defender to the ball. Unfortunately, it comes off him to Adam Youssef, who was in an offside position, and he's not happy, but he was offside, so there's no question about that. It was 2 steps, not close, and that's Northern Allegheny's ball coming out. Number 18 plays it to 72, back to the goalkeeper, Federer. He knocks it up through into the midfield, and Greg Conkle wins it there and resets for Central Penn. Back to Ali. Over to Ben Painter on the right side. Ben's pass is intercepted by number 2, Newton, and Penn State's coming the other way. And look at Ben Painter fight and win that ball back. Yeah, you lose a ball and you fight and you get it back again. Unfortunately, Newton again has taken the ball off the foot, and the ball's now in the area for Greater Allegheny, and they are offsides. You just have to feel sorry. They finally get an opportunity up there in the area, and the player is offside. So Central Penn coming out indirect from about, I'm going to say 9 meters. And Ali will play that ball deep to Blake Iserman, over his head to Adam Youssef. And Adam does a beautiful job of getting that ball forward quickly to Dylan. Dylan well marked by number 12 for Penn State. And Greater Allegheny is able to clear that ball. Now, a move I'll never figure out, Allegheny just played the ball back in towards the Central Penn goal. That I'll never grasp. But fortunately, there was a foul there, and that young man's had quite a few fouls in this game. He's a physical player, and that'll happen. So Penn State comes out, 8 minutes and 22 seconds left in the match. Doug Fisher and Abby Bresky bringing you this Central Penn Knights soccer game from City Island Skyline Sports Complex in Harrisburg, PA. The Central Penn Knights looking to extend their record to 8-1-1, have a 1-0 lead right now. 8 minutes to go. Producer Abby Bresky at my side. And after the match, we'll look to get a player on the air as well. And hopefully be able to have a player interview after done. There's a hard shot from Blake Eiserman, and that kid has a cannon for a leg. He can really hit a ball. It's on laces every time, and with high velocity. And it was blocked close to goal, but the keeper would have had his hands full with that one. That could have been another rebound. So that's a corner kick for Central Penn. Here's Youssef out on the right side, ready to play that corner. Lots of bodies in the area, but all near post. Allegheny clears the ball away, and it's won back by Bobby Rockwell. Great job of keeping the ball in their end. Out to Eiserman, wide left. Blake makes a nice move, plays the ball on the ground into the area, and it is cleared again. But Lalita's there out in the defensive midfield, and he knocks that ball forward back up to Adam Youssef, and Lalita retreats to his left back position. Here's a wide open shot for a second goal. Second goal for Central Penn. Number 7, Jake Philippe, with a rocket of a shot, just wide right, a little bit right off the circle, and probably about 16 meters. And that's the range you want to be in. And he placed it beautifully in the far right pocket, or the far left pocket. And there's nothing goalkeeper Federer could do. So that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back, given the number of opportunities that Penn State has had. I see no chance of them being able to come back at this point. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. Central Penn with now a commanding 2-0 lead. Normally you wouldn't think of 2-0 as commanding because one goal makes it 2-1 and then all bets are off. But this late in the match, given the circumstances of the match and Allegheny's inability to get the ball into the area, I really like Central Penn's chances at this point, and that's a good thing. So Penn State knocks the ball in deep, left side, out of bounds. Ben Painter with the throw. Probably see some substitutions at this point. I see number 66, Jacob McCartney, queuing up. He's a defensive midfielder for Penn State. I see him at the midfield line, ready to enter the match on the next throw-in for Penn State. Okay, corner kick for Greater Allegheny goes into the side netting. I think when that second goal hit the threads of the net from Jake Philippe, I think good shape at this point. And a corner kick into side netting is a pretty good indication of that. We'll see what Penn State can muster up here in the final minutes. I've seen things happen. I don't think it's very likely in this particular circumstance. Penn still has their legs excellent. You can count on every time. It's motor. Guys are like a whole bunch of Energizer bunnies running around out there. They're always hustling to the ball. And you have to give you have to give Penn State a tremendous amount of credit how hard they've played in this game. And here they come again trying to goal. Just have to give them a ton of credit for limiting Central Penn's powerful offense to only 2 goals. Here comes a substitution for Central Penn. Tyler Darren coming in. He'll probably play center back for either or Matt Seller. We'll see where he will land. And is Youssef up top. Come right down the left-hand side. Full steam shot off the goalkeeper. Big rebound. Youssef has control. up top. He feeds Jake on the right-hand side, but unfortunately the ball was wide, so it ended up out of bounds, and that for Penn State Northern. I tell you, though, that I think this is indicative of their season. They played so well in this game, and they'll take a 2-0 defeat. But, boy, they have nothing to be ashamed of. Coach Broadwater should be very pleased with his squad today. Ball played out by goalkeeper Federer. Allegheny is able to win it briefly in the midfield, but here comes Central Penn the other way. It's just hard to get through those central defenders. And here's Tyler at left back. He went in for Matt Sellers, obviously, and he's at left back. Plays a nice ball forward to Adam Youssef. Adam to the end line, plays a ball out to the opposite side to Dylan, and it just doesn't quite get there because there were 3 defenders in the area in between. And Iserman with another hard shot, but way high, almost ended up in the refreshment stand, and that is that. 2:22 to go, and Central Penn Knights looking very good at this point, looking to extend their record to 8-1-1. What a great season Coach Brian Osborne has put together with this squad, and I know they'll work very hard to keep it going. There's a third goal. Adam Youssef with his left foot off a pass from Jake Philippe, a really nice pass. Jake centered the ball, and Adam was right on the penalty dot and just played it with his left foot to that deep left side. It's tough for the goalkeeper to get to react that far wide. And it is now 3-0 Central Penn, and I think Coach Osborne will start to bring more substitutions into the game if there's time. There's not much time left, but I would think he would look to give some more minutes to some more people if possible. This has been a tough match. This is one of those matches where not everybody gets to play. 24 years of coaching, I can tell you, it's tough. You want every kid to get in every match, but when it's tough like this, your best 11 is going to be out there most of the time, and that's just how it is. So here's Ben Painter right back coming out. Iserman back to Ali. Central Penn content to be patient with the ball here. Pass off Iserman is lost and goes to Greater Allegheny. Adam Youssef intercepts the ball at midfield. Here he comes with the ball and deep into the left side. That's intercepted. And another substitution in the game for Central Penn. Connor Devon from Central Dolphin High School, where my sons went to high school. He's a local product. Real good soccer program there, high school soccer program. A wealth of different, diverse talents. Passing, endurance, shooting. They have a lot of guys who can put the ball in the net, and it shows when you look at their goals per game average. It's almost scary. I mean, before this match, it was 5.75 goals per game, giving up only 1.85, and that explains the 7-1-1 record right there. You can put up 6 goals per game and only give up 1 or 2. Well, you're rock solid. And remember, 6 of those goals against were in one match, where Central Penn played the defending national champions, Penn State Brandywine, and lost 6-0. So really, I mean, their defense has been utterly almost flawless, aside from that one match. And nobody beats Brandywine, so it's that happens. And that's the game. So the final score from Ali. So the match is over. It's 3-0 final score for Central Penn. And Osborne will send his player of the game up here for a post-game interview, we hope. And we'll see who that is. And have a chat with one of the players and see what we can learn from them. I want to continue to thank our athletic director, Casey Hicks, assistant, covered and streamed out to whoever is listening, hopefully the families of these players. It's tough for working families to see their sons play a lot of college soccer. I know my son was a 4-year starter in college, and I probably saw 2/3 of his games, but I couldn't make them all, and that's painful. And I wish we would have had a stream back then that we could have watched and seen. So here comes Jake Philippe up to the press box. Let me sit here with Jake a little bit and talk with him about the match. Hi, how are you? Have a seat, please.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You earned it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So, how you feel?
Feel great. Good win. Very good win.
8-1-1, right?
Started off. Yeah.
I noticed something interesting in this game.
Mhm.
You were at left forward, left wing, and then all of a sudden you were in the center and defense to take advantage, get center to get you into space more.
Yeah. So what we try to do for each game is we try to find the weakest link, whether it's their left back, right back, center backs. And usually in the start of the game, I usually start at left back just to get warmed up, and then we find their weakest link. We put me there. You just use my speed to get in on goal.
Sure. You are extremely quick. Yeah. Born with.
Oh yeah, definitely. Helps
Good
a
for
lot.
you. Where do you come from?
I come from Central Dolphin High School.
Yeah.
There.
I
Yeah.
know. That's why I asked. My sons both went to Central Dolphin.
Oh really?
They both played football, but they didn't give up much.
They didn't.
In the back.
No, they
Very
didn't.
tough.
So we started out our warm up very slow, very not as we usually come out. We got screamed out in the locker room a little bit because we were just going through the motions during warm ups. So first half we kind of just sailed through it. We didn't really try as much. We weren't getting anything in on goal. Second half we came out as a team as we always do. Got shots on goal, finished them, played as a team, talked as a team, no negativity. It's all
Was there a
together.
concerted effort in the second half to get more balls through into space behind the defense rather than trying to